Hi y'all. What's up, y'all? How everybody doing? Shout out to everybody in the chat with their thumb jack. Sure, it's curring. Alright. Disclaimer, fair use act, education purpose use only. All rights, image and clips and music material belong to their prospective owners and we do not claim ownership. Alright. Y'all, we might as well let's just go on and get into the tea because ever since the family member, right, came in my chat and said, Trey, I want to clear some things up and really made it more worse for the family because I just needed some kind of verification what's really going on, right? Because y'all remember when she said, yeah, downstairs in the kitchen where Kenneka was really found and J Money took the pictures. She confirmed that. And think about when she confirmed that, think about on Miss Teresa page, she shared the picture, one of the pictures J Money took, and there was a picture at the office where the shelf supposed to be at. All this finna make sense. Cause since she clarified it, guess how Trey Gang finna prove to y'all when Miss Teresa said it was a camera above that freezer. Watch how cold Trey Gang is. Hit it last ring, Jack. Watch this. Oh, thank you, Miss Teresa. I'm glad that you mentioned that camera above that freezer because that's what I want to expose you on. Now, you got everybody thinking a camera above the freezer upstairs, the one Kenneka supposed to be allegedly walking in. Hold up. This kitchen. Hold on, I'm sharing Greg Hughes' video. Cause I'm finna bust him up too. Cause he helped spread the narrative. Now look, fast forward all the way here. Keep this in mind. Damn, another commercial? Alright. Alright. She in this kitchen. Check this out, y'all. Kenneka come through this kitchen. Let me stop. Everybody see that sign that say ahead? I know what that means. I know what truly that means. Since you see the signs, notice you see Chandel. Right? Chandel Avenue. Keep ahead. The elevators, if you keep straight right, you can go to the basement where that freight elevator is. You can go downstairs to the hospital. That's where the hospital located at. Alright. But if Kenneka turned that corner right here, y'all remind y'all see this color right here? This where the office at. Right or wrong. If you go to Zach TV interview, I should go to Zach TV interview so everybody get a clear picture of how this finna go down. Zach interview, let's go to him when he said
somebody that works in a hotel, if you behind the front desk of a hotel, a big hotel like that, you would think that they would be more concerned.
Let me find the part
that they gonna call the police. You gonna think that they gonna be really pretended out like you don't give a fuck. And hey, you know,
y'all realize, damn, she nowhere in this motherfucker. What else came to mind?
Nah, we thought she was a nigga, Joe.
Like King Rob
be
said. Big Swole. Big Swole. Remember what King Rob said about Big Swole? The Kendra supposed to be leaving and all of this old stuff, right? Remind y'all. Let's keep rolling.
We trying to hope for the best. We not thinking of
what you mean.
Things like
at what
that.
point in time? Like, was you trying at the point in time was we walking around the hotel accident? That's what you.
And that could be actually blood on that man's jeans.
You mean?
Yeah.
And we got rid at that time?
Yeah.
Oh shit, at that time, like, once it wasn't no reaction, that motherfucker still looking hard, but you know, we out here in this hunky town, like, well, I don't want to say no, you know, what it is.
Yeah, you know.
We all out there for, and they can't do too much because they gonna get us removed in the dope, just like what's going on with them protesting. So
let me fast forward this.
Disturbing the peace, they never said.
Hey, who went?
To be honest, we couldn't find them.
Watch this.
We literally walking around like, where's the help? Where's the hotel security? Where did they go?
They walking around.
We didn't see dude. We didn't see nobody. We didn't see nobody.
Check this out.
When the party was going on.
Now look, this what we finna get to right here. Do y'all see those chairs? Them the only chairs they're gonna be stacked up in Crown Plaza Hotel. We already know that we see P's and TY and them downstairs. We never seen them physically into the kitchen, cause the camera ain't finna show that. But he gonna describe, those chairs where Kenneka, it's the same route. Like this. If I walk through here, I can pass this kitchen, pass this elevator, hit that cut right there. It's an exit though, and I'll be by the loading dock. I'll be at the loading dock. This where the loading dock is. Not upstairs, the one everybody they want y'all to believe. So now watch this.
When it was jumping, it was buzzing. It was two main security guards that was coming up there. And after we started looking for her, we looking for hotel security. Like, man, somebody to help, somebody that can go in the back, somebody that can go not get the access to open door. None of that. We didn't see nobody. We ain't get no help. It wasn't like they was concerned.
Okay, this the realest shit.
Like the PP.
Oh, that's a personal problem, but double P. That's the realest shit I heard on some real shit, some real Chicago shit. You like, we at a party, we thinking, so he dipped off with a nigga. Yeah, it's Chicago. We know what, come on, bro. We finna what? We know.
World, period, man.
Oh, shut it. I see how y'all coming.
You know how, come on, man.
Okay.
We can't find it, man. What Kendra at? Oh, Kendra.
Ain't that the same thing King Rob said, Kendra? We got to expose Kendra, right? So everybody get a clear understanding. Ain't they looking for Kendra round about the same time Kenneka came up missing? Ain't this the same time Mr. Risa would be calling the hotel talking about check those cameras, right? And this the same time when the police and everybody would be downstairs in the basement until they get the call and tell these bastards to come downstairs. That's why Mr. Risa said, I believe everything what they said, cause guess who will be all on video actually unliving Kenneka? Just like what King Rob said. Just like what King Rob said. Watch this. Where Kendra at? King Rob mentioned Kendra. He mentioned Kendra. Guess who Kendra is? Guess who Kendra is at this point at 2 something going on 3 in the morning? In the morning, because everybody know where Kenneka is. Everybody know this. Ain't no speculating like, you see how he looking like, well, what Kendra? You know what Kendra is, because you with Kendra. You with Kendra. You and TY down in the basement.
Cause you know my thoughts as well as everybody on Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, Periscope, Instagram. What the fuck was that? Oh, all right, we good. All right, hold on. I'm like, hold on. I'm thinking.
And this why Zach will be able to get an interview, because Rob we gotta stop calling him King Rob, cause that ain't his name on the streets, and he don't go by that name on the street. He go by J Peso. He big homie on the BDs. So he the big homie over the BDs, and you had the BDs at the party. And Zach and King Rob grew up together on the south side of Chicago. That's why Zach mess around with the BDs. So if they got caught up in the jam, right? Who you think King Rob, aka J Peso, gonna call when it come to a time like this? Zach. All right, watch this.
I'm thinking this. Like, why the fuck and who the fuck would leave a friend behind? But y'all saying she probably dipped off with somebody on some other shit.
So we think,
bro, look, it wasn't like a motherfucker left her for a whole day. It's like a motherfucker was like for 2 minutes. They took her out of the outside for 2 minutes, bro, and then went back to look, and then it was gone. And like, so if I walk to go piss right now, you ain't gonna just think, oh, let me knock on the bathroom. He been in the bathroom for a long time. A motherfucker that took me through a event. You ain't gonna be thinking no shit like that. You gonna be broke, took a long time. Then to the morning come, you damn, folks still in the bathroom. Now you might open the door. So you bogus for letting me go piss in the bathroom by myself? No, nobody thinking like that, bro. No. Nobody think. If it would have been that, motherfucker would have been, while the party was deep, a motherfucker would have been looking through the hotel. Motherfucker think like, oh yeah, she probably just went, got up with a motherfucker real quick.
Yeah. Okay. So when y'all was in the car, who had her mother keys? Because I read that.
This finna hit different. He said when y'all was in the car, keep this in mind, this the same route Kenneka would have took. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. Guess how Greg Hughes finna do it? He ain't finna show Kenneka turn this way because it's a camera right here. Thumb me up. Everybody know this a camera right here, right? Everybody know. If you been down with the Kenneka Jenkins case, you know it's a camera right there facing down Chandler Lane. Facing down Chandler Lane this way. Guess what you would see if a camera be facing this way down Chandler Lane, right? Look at the wall at the bottom. Everybody know that's the color green. So when Miss Teresa said this,
y'all know. Look at them. Hey now. Hey y'all. They showed me everything besides that camera that was sitting on top of that refrigerator.
oh, let's see what that camera would show right here. Facing down Chandler Lane. Boo, y'all. Here go the kitchen where the freezer's at. When you cut down Chandler Lane, make that left. This where you gonna be heading to. Ain't these the freezers? Hold on. And once you look at the coloring on that wall, and if you know the whole layout of that hotel, now you will understand this shit. Where she was. In a white trash bag. Like Miss Teresa said when she first saw Kenneka. Hello? Ain't this the camera that would be above the freezer? Not directly, but right there. Right by the office area. Check this out. Y'all see this green spot? Guess where Kenneka was? Look, check this out. Here go another freezer. Really a cooler. This a cooler. This is a cooler. You got a gate that you could close and lock somebody in. Only thing they did when Kenneka went in this kitchen, when she came out this kitchen, they all know that she went this way. So what they said, she went this way upstairs to the kitchen. In reality, in my Zach TV voice, she cut that corner right here. This where they cut that corner right here and place her in the freezer downstairs in the basement until Crown Plaza moved the body upstairs in the upper kitchen. Cause you want to know why? Cause if you look directly at the back, you got a door right here that leads straight to the pool. That leads straight to the pool. If you know the layout. So when P said the church stacked up right here, and then look, and you want to really locate Kenneka body, this where she was at. Payal. And once you look at the photos, if you know what this area is, she right by the office window, right downstairs in the basement. It ain't too many offices downstairs. Hello. So Kenneka body will be right here. Hold up. You see that window? Look at that window right there. You see that window? Ooh, if you cut that corner and go back to this kitchen, guess where this finna be at? So now look, watch this. What you say, Miss Teresa?
You should have showed the front of her when she walked as she entered the refrigerator. Show us the tape, and we'll go in peace.
So the trick is, they made everybody put Kenneka in the freezer on the lower level. And this what Rosemont messed up at when they moved her to the upper kitchen. So that just cleared Miss Teresa, and boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, y'all want to put her upstairs in the kitchen. That's why Miss Teresa never questioned that part right there. Pay y'all. Man, we need to get 100 likes right now. Cause I'm fed up with the family at this point, thinking they just finna come and bully me. No, I know what I'm talking about. She asked me what I learned, so I'm finna show the world what I learned, and I'm finna expose these devils. And remind y'all, this Greg Hughes video. Then one of the family members said this. Thumb me up so the people that's new to the channel, it could be verified. Yeah, that dude that was at the protest related to Liver Norva with the bullhorn at the protest, that's Liver Norva cousin. And he was talking about, yeah, Greg Hughes, you look like one of those police officers that locked me up. This the family talking. This the family talking like, damn, what Greg Hughes, right? He putting Greg, this the family putting Greg Hughes, talking about you locked me up and you working with the hotel. Cause watch this. Check this out. This gonna be the kitchen where the employees at. Like Larry Rogers said, she walked in a operational kitchen. And when she walked in the operational kitchen, this is operational kitchen. Right here, all this one big kitchen. If you come out this kitchen, go on this side, it's still one big kitchen, right? He said when she walked in the operation kitchen, she went to another part in the kitchen, which this is going to be another part of the kitchen within the same kitchen, and founts were by lockers. Lockers, like Jerry Feiger said, by lockers. Let's go to him. That's why he never showed Kenneka. Turn that corner. This is secret. He know that camera. He know the secret about that camera. And it would have showed who put in the freezer. Boom. This is where they keep all the dirty towels, the sheets. You know what I'm saying? Boom. If you cut to the right over here, this is where the locker's going to be at. Same thing. And then look. It's a break room where she finna head to. So watch this. You can believe this girl finna walk up some stairs to the upstairs of the kitchen. You finna believe at some point of time she walked through that break room in the employee room where the lockers at. Hold up. Check this out. Let's listen to Peas.
In the paper.
We got a different car.
Oh, y'all didn't go with the.
Y'all didn't ride with them. They rode different. Everybody rode. You know, hotel party. Everybody rode. You know, get your ride. Everybody rode separately.
What was y'all thoughts? You know what I'm saying? Leaving the hotel that night.
Homie,
we're really concerned to the next
exactly.
day.
At that point in time,
like she's still missing. That's what
exactly. Like in that moment, you still like, damn, where she at? But it's still like, oh, this shit still ain't real. It's right. It's like, hey, this shit ain't real, bro. Like this shit just ain't real, bro. This shit just ain't no shit that just be real, homie. There ain't no motherfucker be thinking about like that. Like that's some movie shit, bro. Niggas don't really be thinking like, oh, you might drop me off in front of my door, but don't watch me go in. Spin the block like, damn, I ain't even watch bro go in. Call my phone whole time, I ain't picking up. A motherfucker got me, but you ain't thinking in that 1 second that you put off that. A motherfucker might come around the corner. You creeping bro. You'll be thinking crazy all the time if you think like that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So the next morning, which is Saturday, well, you know, 8, 9.
Now I'm gonna keep it like this. Actually, scratch that.
This what we all need to hear. Scratch that. Let me pull Greg Hughes' video up while he say scratch that. Hold on, right here.
Because what you saying basically, like when we was leaving, my thoughts, when I was leaving up out of there, I was still like trying to think for the better, hoping like, you know, like trying to think on the light side.
Exactly.
But I peeped a lot of like stuff. I was in there like, man, like some don't sit well with me, but this my friend. I don't want to think like that. Exactly. Nobody's gonna think like. Don't nobody want to think like that. You don't just go there. You got to get to 55 before you get to 100. You don't just go to 100.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You don't go 0 to 100 for real though. Nobody, you hear me? So it was like we still was thinking like at the same time, this side of your stomach feeling like man, but this side of your.
Ain't this funny? He said this side of your stomach feel like this and this side of your stomach feel like that. I want to know why. If you look at these bruises on Kenneka body, check this out. Y'all thinking they took one liver? They took both of them. Here go the proof. Ain't this where the liver's located? If they sold one, guess where the other one went to? Pie y'all. Bruh, these people actually put the bruises in the autopsy report. That's the killing part about it. This is what I don't get for the police department. If you're gonna tell a lie, just to say like, damn, like I can't believe like, damn, if this supposed to be a lie, why would you still document this shit? Like, I would never be this like leaving a digital trace like. Here it go. Boom. 2 kidney wounds that's gone from the body. And guess what? Hold up. It's 78 people in here right now. When I show you these receipts, how many organs that was missing out her body? If you want me to show you how many organs that were missing out her body, say Trey ain't show me. If you show me this, I'ma thumb you up. Alright? You challenge me. Goddammit. I thought it didn't take long, you know what I'm about. And keep this in mind, y'all see the bruises in the back of her back. Nobody don't know what that is. Boom, then you got the bruises on the kidneys. Right? Nobody don't know what that is. Now look, when you go to Mike Larry channel, do not forget this very information. She had a hole in her chest. Yes, a hole in the chest. She had a hole in the chest. We're going to get back to that later on, right? Keep this in mind. Everybody know the thymus was missing out the neck, right? The thymus was missing out the neck. We know that part because they showed us this in the autopsy. No thymus was found, but they covered the neck part in the photos. So if you go to the autopsy, be like, so it ain't no, so the thymus missing. Let me go back to the photo. Once you go back to the photo, the hair covering it up, and it's like, damn, I can't even see the photos. Right? All right, check this out. Trey Gang so cold. I'm finna show y'all this. Here we go. Starting from right here. This is all the organs that's missing out her body. Thyroids, the pancreas, the genital, the puberties. I don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? I might pronounce this word a little different, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't no doctor, you know what I'm talking about? And I can't pronounce some of these medical words and stuff, but I learned what's the definition of them though. Cause when I learned the definition, I'm like, wait a minute, you said none of this shit, the bladder? Wait a minute. Nope. This will be all missing. Check this out. This the cold part about it. Cause we starting from the kidneys on down, right? So we're gonna start from the kidneys. Look, boom, everything gone. Look, they weighed it up, but everything gone. Look, boom, 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 everything gone. And then once you go back to this, I looked up all the this. Let's go to this. Ain't this the adrenaline gland? Let's go to the adrenaline. That's what they were saying in the beginning about the adrenaline chrome. Ooh, I'm finna wake some people up when I say that, right? Cause y'all remember when they were talking about in the beginning, like, yeah, you know, the adrenaline chrome, that's the juice in your blood that when you, like, if a life or death situation will ever get your adrenaline pumping, that's what they want, that adrenaline chrome. You know what I'm saying? Look where the adrenaline chrome will be located. The glands. I did all my research. Watch this. It's all gonna deal with the lower abdomen, right? Check this out. All this from the deal, starting from the kidneys to the bladder. Check this out. If you go to Selena Gomez, right? Guess what else was missing out Kenneka body? She had an organism tissue. Now, I'm not a doctor expert, but put it like this here. If you whatever would impregnate a woman, wherever the life cycle start from, it's missing from her body. I forgot the name of it, but later on in this live, it's gonna come back up. Cause I just want to show y'all these are the area in you know the interest A pyramid. Look at this like a pyramid. Boom. A pyramid. Boom. This the gland that you could go and make life in the woman body in this area. If you feel me what I'm saying, this is what doctors want to go for. This is what doctors need. You see? All right. That's the adrenochrome, right? This what this shit look. You got to understand this, cause you'll know what the doctors, what they really want. Everybody know, yeah, they want the kidneys. All right, what the kidneys could benefit? What all kidneys can benefit? It could benefit a lot of things. A lot of things. Just like at the top of these kidneys, that's the adrenochrome, but this the kidney. You get what I'm saying? You could benefit this in 100 ways just by getting this kid. If I was a doctor, I'd be like, yeah, give me a kidney. It's a adrenal gland, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, give me 2 arms. How much you gonna charge me? Shit, about $250,000. Then let me get down. Cause I could take this tissue right here and transmit, you know what I'm saying, all my data when it comes to disease and see how it could fit this. And you got the stems that could come down here. So if I was a doctor, a hood doctor, I could look at this like, well, you know, if you think about transmitted sexual diseases, and you will see why it would affect your kidneys and your bladder, hard for you to pee, and you know, and it burns sensation. Cause look what all the organs are gonna affect that you could produce the most. But hold up, I ain't through yet. Can we go to the pancreas? Let's go to the... No, we got to go to the pancreas. This in the brain. Here we go right here. Y'all see that? We right here. Then she had a brain swelling. The lady had a brain swelling. It was the reason why she had a brain swelling. That's really unnormal when it just come to a death like this. But look what they was targeting. This. Just that little piece of tissue. I'm thinking like an organ harvest, cause all these organs that I'm finna expose finna make me a millionaire. In a doctor term, man, shit, I'm finna double up. All it is. Let's go to the thyroids. Now we gotta go to the pancreas now. Here we go to pancreas. Another gland in the abdomen. Where is this located? Right above the liver by the gallbladder. When they look, boom, when they come to the stomach. So look, this how I'm finna break it down. You gotta think, y'all gotta think like Dr. Jekyll and Hyde on this one. Please think about Dr. Jekyll and Hyde. Everybody knows the terms of Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, and everybody know the story. Experiment with the human body, right? So look, if you understand what I'm going with this, like the stomach, that's why they never told you what Kenneka ate, but you see her at a restaurant, right? They don't want to tell you what food that she actually ate. Cause check this out. If she just was at the house with eating food, she gonna eat like food that she got out of the grocery store. You can identify that through the autopsy report. If she would have went through a restaurant, you could identify the food that she ate and could go back to the surveillance camera and see who she all went to dinner with, right? That probably would have shown you, that footage would have shown you alone that probably where the real celebration was at the dinner. In my Miss Teresa voice, yeah, she was celebrating her birthday not her birthday, she's celebrating her new job and all this. Sound like a family gathering to me, won't it? Right? Sound like a pay y'all. Appreciate for the cash out. Appreciate that cash out, y'all. All right. Y'all see where I'm going with this? This why you never got no readings of what she ate or what she actually drunk and consumed at the party. Think about this. Everybody know Kenneka didn't even drink no more. That's a clear sign. She made it on her Facebook post. She said this out of her own mouth. I miss getting drunk as a skunk. She cleaned herself up, meaning the girl don't got no drugs in her system. Even the family said, yeah, Kenneka don't pop pills or indulge in no kind of drugs. She a good girl. So that means her system clean. Her organs valuable. Young girl, that's hard to find. A young girl with no drugs in the system, bro. You see what I'm saying? All right. Hold up. You got to understand this, cause this what make the autopsy report solve cases. Autopsy report solve cases, even when they fabricate it. Cause check this out. Don't you want to know what she ate? Cause just say if you ate on the full stomach. Keep this in mind. Everybody know if you go to a restaurant, or you get through eating, you already know in the next 30 minutes, you got to take a what? A number 2. You got to take a number 2. Unless you can hold it, you know what I'm saying, till you get to the house, you still got to take a dump, right? That's why you got no bowel movements in the freezer. Right? No defecation of a body supposed to be in the freezer for 21 hours. No defecation, no leakage, no blood fluid, body fluid leaking. All right. I'm so glad they taught me so much in this Kenneka Jenkins case. I can solve any fucking murder that hit the social media streets right now. Watch this. Boom. What we need to go to? The pancreas. The thyroids around the neck. Now we see why the hair was around the neck. So when you think about this, think about when these people said living Nori. It's a video on Facebook. A girl said she was Kenneka's friend. She had a knife in her hand, and they covered that part there up. Ooh, wee. Thyroid gland is right in the neck. So guess what they took? They took the thyroids, the pancreas. This is what they cover up to cover up what will be in her stomach. Because if everything that was in her drugs, check this out. If you ingested drugs in anybody's system, you know what I'm saying? How the way it get in her system, you could trace it back in the stomach and could see the residue in the stomach. The blood gonna reveal like, well, look, it's this in the bloodstream. So you gonna go in the stomach and be like, just say like somebody wanna drug you, like put something in somebody's food. You wanna poison somebody's food. So the residue gonna show in the stomach. And you know what I'm saying? And you could trace it back to the bloodstream. Be like, well, look, the bloodstream telling me this person been poisoned through the stomach. So let me go through the stomach and see can I find that trace. You see what I'm saying? They tried to get rid of the digestive system. Pay y'all who look, Sherry Clark, you sold 100. Cause this what it's about. Destroy the digestive system. Cause check this out. Everything what she ate, what if it came from Crown Plaza Hotel? Never thought about that, though, did it? Hold up. This finna give more issue. This is all the things that's missing out Kenneka body. This the cover up. Everybody wanna know, look, how she get drugs in her system? Check this out. Watch this, y'all. She was found where? Let's go back to this. This a camera that will be above the freezer. Right? Let me go to Greg Hughes. Damn. Damn, I got rid of Greg Hughes. So look, I'm glad I got this up. What they say? Mr. Reese will whisper to Jazzy, one cremated already at the Kenneka Jenkins funeral.
For as much as please Almighty take out of this world.
It's only one. It's made for one.
Commit our bodies for as much as please Almighty take out of this world.
It's only one. It's made for one.
Commit our bodies
It's only one. It's made for one.
commit our bodies
It's only one. It's made for one.
commit our bodies please Almighty take out of this world.
It's only one. It's made for one.
Commit our bodies
Just I'm like, hope, you hoping for the better. That's, thinking like, man, you hear me?
When did you get the call that she was found?
Like, the next day.
Saturday.
The next day on Saturday around, like, the midday. Like, the midday.
Night.
Was it like?
Night.
Yeah, like.
Hold up, you got it Saturday night?
No, night.
Nah,
Let's
like
go on
midday.
like Sunday or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
Okay, so okay.
When they found it, like, no, matter of fact.
Sunday when they found it, that's when they found it.
No,
No.
Saturday night when they still looking.
No, we went Friday. That was Saturday.
The kickback was Friday.
Exactly.
Saturday, the midday. Cause I remember, it was midday, cause that's when they called the phone, they was like, they found Kenneka. We like.
And guess where they found Kenneka at? In the basement. That's where MTV showed the police department in the basement, right? So when you think about the beverage manager in the kitchen, round about what P's talking about, and Killer, 12 in the afternoon, guess who the beverage manager talking to? The kitchen worker changing clothes. Look.
Where? And then they was like, they found it. We like, wait, what? What? How the fuck she get it now? If we was all around this hotel, what was she? How did?
So when he said, how the fuck she would get upstairs in the kitchen if they all know they place her in another freezer in the lower level? In the lower level. Think about this. You got peas. You got the family on camera putting Kenneka in the freezer on the lower level. In this style. Lower level. This is where they place her at. Downstairs. This what Rosemont got on their own website, cause at that time you gotta look at it. This the reason why Rosemont released the photo images. Cause look how this like a security, like an insurance, like if you snitch, remember that camera above that freezer and I'll show all y'all ass. with a freezer above that camera. Right here. Boom. So what her body was? Right by the office. Right by the office. Right here. See the wood door hinges? Coolers and freezers.
I'm completely lost. I'm looking for Kenneka.
Look for Kenneka well. You can find him. Guess who he is? Kenneka well. Work in the kitchen. Look, Kenneka well. Work in the kitchen. Right? Y'all remember that flow right here? Check this out. Let me show y'all some images of the goddamn flow. Same shit. It's the same flow. I know some people did look. You're gonna have the eyes come and look at the black lines track, and now that ain't the same flow. It is the same flow. You gotta look at it. You gotta look for all the, look at the lines coming through. It's the reason why this in the lower resolution and this in the high resolution. See what I'm talking about? Hold up though. Check this out. In a trash bag. The floor is wet all the time in this location. Ain't the floor look wet? Huh? God damn it. Hi y'all, we doing good on the lights. Let's get to 120. 120. That ain't nothing but a few more lights. I just wanted just to know y'all everybody paying attention and catching some of this tea. Cause look, this word, check this out. Whoever this dude here is, look at it like this here, gang. He is not a op. He is not a op. He got insider information. Look at it like this here. If the truth come out, Kenneka was exposed down on the lower level, like the lawyer said. Kenneka was downstairs in the basement. Just like in the police investigator. Kenneka was downstairs in the basement. All of this come down in the paperwork. She was downstairs in the basement. So if she was downstairs in the basement with a camera above the freezer, he went straight to it.
It was just like mind boggling, like fuck, like you just stuck like for a second, like wait, what? It's crazy, man. Like,
Well, y'all was looking for, did anybody think like, let me go down to the basement, or y'all like, fuck it, we don't got access to that?
Man, we ain't even know
exactly.
no basement. I thought the first floor, shit.
Here we go.
Basement, some shit.
Yeah, I ain't know no basement.
It's our first time in that motherfucker.
We was just walking around, and the back part, like, okay, once you go back towards like the kitchen, like, okay, everybody know how a hotel is. You know how like how they have the chair set up on the table.
Oh, guess what he finna go to? Let's look at the route. It's the same route that you get to the parking lot. It's the same route that you get to the parking lot outside. Remember what Mr. Reese said about outside and living over, talking about how her hair was when she left out the hotel. Hold up. Look where he going. Ain't this the same route Kenneka would be taking? Allegedly. This alleged. Cause Kenneka never walked these halls, bruh. She never walked these halls. If Kenneka actually walked these halls, they would have never had to reenact a girl walking the hall. Boom! There go the kitchen. If you go across those double doors, that's the kitchen they show her going to the back. So when she came to the back, security could come this way, right? Check this out. Look, boom. Where the chairs stacked up at? Look. Hold up.
If it's the weekend, walking around and the back part, like, okay, once you go back towards like the kitchen, like, okay, everybody know how a hotel is. You know how like how they have a chair set up on the table. If it's the weekend, it's like it's over with. You know, like it's closed. They don't like the restaurants don't be open. It's the weekend, so it's like it was nighttime and then it was closed. So walking back there, you get like a creepy little sense of vibe. Even the toughest guy, you gonna get like you're not finna just wander off into these people hotel. That's off limits first.
Right, like some scary movie
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? It's like who finna go all the way back there, which put me in the mindset like. How would she go back there? You know what I'm saying? That, the same route that you get to that kitchen is the, you know, the same route is the exit. The exit you go to your cars.
Right.
See that? That's why he didn't want him saying nothing about that. Don't explain the route, bruh. Cause this you leading the people to the camera above the fucking freezer. A freezer. Look how this shit hit different. This, guess who he gonna be down there with? Hold up. Come on, gang. Look at the timeline. Where they going? Where would they be going? Downstairs to the basement. If you got them on footage going downstairs to the basement, while Irene them loop around the building. But the most important part, he said, where the chairs stacked up. I don't see no chairs stacked up here on the main lobby. Not even in the restaurant right here. So why would he say, I want to know that she went back there? So if you got him going on to the lower level, right? To the lower level, all of them. The lower level. All of them. Lower level. All of them. So, guess what he was describing? They going straight to the freezer and place her body in that freezer where all the chairs stacked up at. And then look, once you place her in the freezer, down here, that's secured. Guess where you gonna come from? Out the goddamn same way you said you came. No wonder why it's showing you coming from the back door out this area with Kendra. With Kendra. With Kendra. What Kendra is? Y'all still confused about Kendra? Yeah, what Kendra right here. Hold up. This is why Miss Teresa said this shit. So look at this image. Miss Teresa know they ain't finna show that footage of her family members and employees all down here in the kitchen. She know that. That's why she said, yeah, show those real tapes.
They showed me everything besides that camera that was sitting on top of that refrigerator. They should have showed the front of her when she walked as she entered that refrigerator.
And this what gave Miss Teresa a upper hand. Cause if the Crown Plaza told them to do this and they there on the scene with them, I tell them bitches to show the tape too. Cause what harm they gonna do? You got a business to protect. You got a enterprise to protect. I don't. I'm a po-ho from the west side. Think how a po-ho goddamn it thinking at a time like this.
Show us the tape, and we'll go in peace.
In the that previous area, the lower level bathrooms. Okay, so she goes down at the end of this hall, turns left by the dumpster, right there, and then goes right to the stairs, let's say. Maybe right here is where she kind of looked around, paused.
Booyah! Boy, look at this girl.
And she goes in there and then up these stairs, right? So maybe this is where it took a little bit longer. Add 15 seconds there. Okay. She walks over here. And then right here, she goes through these double doors. And those double doors lead to this area. Okay. Goes in here. And then it's picked up.
Why is filing your taxes with Free Tax USA different? Well, for starters, our premium federal tax...
This is... But I just want to say, Teresa and their family and the friends, everybody know what's up. Everybody was in on from the jump. Teresa was... Her and her old man... That was the main ones with the yeah on that one, because y'all catch this next video, I'm gonna be talking about that 911 call and how all this shit just first got kicked off and everything. And I'm finna go and hit y'all with my little mini series, and I must admit that these videos probably gonna be a little lengthy because I know that one is probably like 30-some minutes long, and I ain't even gonna lie, I got lazy. Yep, I got lazy with the editing because shit, I just got tired, you know what I'm saying? So just bear with me, just hear what I gotta say, you know what I'm saying? Get down in them comments and let's talk about it. But yes, over this last, I think I probably took about a 5-6 day break, maybe 7 days. It's probably been about a week, almost a week, that I've tried not to post about this case because I was really getting pissed off with it. And it wasn't that I gave up on it. It was just that I just didn't feel like posting the same thing everybody else is posting, which was about the surveillance videos and all that stuff, because that shit was fake, and I watched it and I was disappointed, and you know, everybody's still trying to debunk a video. Man, that shit so past them videos, and you ain't finna find nothing in them videos. What you think you finding in them videos is what they want you to see, because ain't none of that shit still adding up. Did you yet see Kenneka sitting down in the lobby like they said she was in the lobby, and then they went up and got her keys and her phone and stuff? And no, you never seen none of that. It ain't even no cameras on the hallways, which in one of my other videos, I think it's unanswered questions or something, I asked y'all who the insurance company, because I know it's some type of protocol you gotta follow to have a up and running business of that standard. And
hold up, ain't that the same thing Just 33 King said? Wait a minute. And that's the same thing Just 33 King said about the insurance policy. Oh, they don't want me to pull it up. You know, matter of fact, let me go to Zach TV. I gotta go to Zach TV, cause I don't know how I got all my we gotta go back to this.
I read that in the paper.
We got a different car.
Oh, y'all didn't go with the.
Y'all didn't ride with them. They rode different. Everybody rode. You know, hotel party. Everybody rode. You know, get your ride. Everybody rode separately.
What was y'all thoughts? You know what I'm saying? Leaving the hotel that night.
Homie,
we're really concerned to the next day.
Exactly. At that point in time,
like she's still missing. that's what got
exactly. Like in that moment, you still like, damn, where she at? But it's still like, oh, this shit still ain't real. It's right. It's like, hey, this shit ain't real, bro. Like this shit just ain't real, bro. That shit just ain't no shit that just be real, homie. There ain't no motherfucker be thinking about like that. Like that's some movie shit, bro. Niggas don't really be thinking like, oh, you might drop me off in front of my door, but don't watch me go in. Spin the block like, damn, I ain't even watch bro go in. Call my phone whole time, I ain't picking up. A motherfucker got me, but you ain't thinking in that 1 second that you put off that. A motherfucker might come around the corner. You creeping your that, bro. You'll be thinking crazy all the time if you think like that.
Okay. So the next morning, which is Saturday, well, you know, 8, 9.
Now I'm gonna keep it like this. Actually, scratch that, cause what you saying basically like when we was leaving, my thoughts when I was leaving up out of there, I was still like trying to think for the better, hoping like, you know, like trying to think on the light side.
Exactly.
But I peeped a lot of like stuff while I was in there, like some don't sit well with me, but this my I don't want to think like that. Nobody's gonna think like don't nobody want to think like that. You don't just go there. You got to get to 55 before you get to 100. You don't just go to 100.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You don't go 0 to 100 for real though. Nobody, you hear me? So it's like we still was thinking like, but at the same time, this side of your stomach feeling like, man, but this side of your stomach like, hope, you know, you hoping for the better. That's, I mean, you know, you ain't thinking like, man, you hear me?
When did you get the call?
From just be knowing her, from all doing due time, just knowing her. For you to just keep staring at her, she don't like that type of shit. She don't like the creepy activity, none of that. Like most girls, you know, pretty girls, they don't like all the like attention on them. You know what I'm saying? So for you to even try to, it had to be some type of something, because she ain't going. You touch her the wrong way, she take it off on you. She don't fight, bro. So for somebody to just, you know what I'm saying? For you to think you just, oh yeah, she went that way.
If you had to narrow it down and say, oh, it had to be him and it had to be her, who would y'all point the fingers to? Because I heard it was two creepy motherfuckers that was real creepy in there.
Dude, don't tell me, bitch ass, man.
It's just the hotel family, period, bro.
That's what I was just gonna say. It's like
that shit went right, bro.
It's like, okay, everybody seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre, man. Everybody seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre. In that movie, you learned the mama was in it, uncle was in it, the cop, he was in it, everybody was in it. It's like,
So you saying the hotel staff was a part?
I'm not gonna just throw it off on them. I'm not gonna say the whole hotel staff. I'm just saying. It's obvious.
Why they record the tapes back? Why they
bro? Period. Isn't how the fuck they all just disappear, bro? Like and all doing it like they knocking on the door while everybody got there. All of a sudden she come up and say it's getting empty. Now all of them just gone, bro.
No motherfucker.
Motherfucker just ran up in there, bro.
We ain't saying hell no.
Yeah. It's true. I ain't gonna say because there is somebody. We can't find you. Okay,
whatever his name is. That is Kenneka ex-boyfriend. Those two are gonna be the one take the fall for this along with that security guard. So they're gonna have somebody from the hotel